Good morning, friends. Jonathan Feldstein on the balcony again. It's Tuesday morning at 9:35. I was just texting with my friend Dave Santrella, who wants to see this video. He was reading one of my latest articles, which I actually highly recommend. Ice cream with a bomb shelter on top. In any event, I'm out here again because we just now got a air raid siren warning. Typically these come maybe half an hour, but usually more like 10 minutes before there's going to be an actual alert. I'm not really sure how Homefront Command hacks our phones to let us know what's going on, but it's not an SMS, it's not a text message, it's not a WhatsApp, it's not an email. There's just this alert that pops up straight onto the phone. Unfortunately, one of the phenomena, we don't know who's doing it yet, but there's been a phenomena recently of hacking these and people sending fake messages, specifically fake messages telling people that it's now safe to leave your bomb shelter. And if you've been watching these videos that I've been doing as updates from out here on the balcony, you'll know that I've become a little bit less cynical about going to the bomb shelters, because we've seen now we're in day 5, I believe, of this war against the direct war against Iran, and we know that people's lives have been saved by being in their bomb shelters. So I'm a convert on that. If you're only watching this for the first time, due to detection, missiles may be activated. Okay, so it's telling us where. I can't see where that is because I'm speaking to you right now. But if you're following me here for the first time, and in which case I invite you to look at all the other videos, some which are false alarms, to be honest about that, and some that are quite jarring. We've got Jerusalem over this shoulder to the north in the Judean mountains. Again, a very cloudy day, but on a clear day, we should be able to see the mountains of Jordan behind those clouds over there. And in between these two buildings, specifically when the sun's coming up, right where my hand is, you can see the skyline of Amman. It's that close. So now what we're waiting for is this warning of missiles coming from the east over Jordan. Sometimes their missiles are detected and shot down before they come into Israeli airspace. But what we've been seeing recently is a lot of them making it into Israeli airspace. And then we hear, and at this point, that could be happening any moment here where I am in the Judean mountains, a jarring noise, which even if you're used to it, the air raid siren that goes off, it's quite loud. And from my vantage point here in the sky above, coming from the east, going to the west, you can see the missiles coming in. The good news about where we live is that even though they're trying to hit civilian targets, they're also going for bigger cities than this town in which I live. Interestingly, we've seen, not just with the Iranians killing Israeli Arabs among the 25 people who've been killed so far, but what we also see when the Houthis are shooting missiles from the south, from Yemen, coming here, typically only one at a time, which will scatter about 1 million or so Israelis, maybe more, into bomb shelters. What we also see and hear is this Arab village just over here. It's a Palestinian Arab village called Abdullah Ibrahim. They don't have an air raid siren. They hear ours. They've not invested in bomb shelters, nor, because they are not Israeli citizens, is it our job to do so. But what we've seen in many instances where shrapnel from the rockets coming from the south they fall on Palestinian Arab communities, and people have been hurt and killed because they don't invest in protection. They invest in weapons to hurt us instead of protecting themselves, or better yet, instead of just not having weapons to hurt us, which would be the logical way to go. So yeah, we hear and see this Palestinian Arab village all the time, just beyond over there. I can't really point it out to you so specifically. By the way, there's a quiet for a minute. You can hear the sound of military planes overhead. Right now, air raid sirens to the north of us. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have that here. Going obviously from where the sirens are, central Israel seems to be the target. Aircraft are not being used to shoot down the incoming missiles. Petach Tikva, central Israel. Right now, I just spoke to someone from Ra'anana, all over central Israel. Einav, Tel Aviv, Jaffa, Netanya, which is one of the big cities on the Mediterranean coast. So right now, probably 2 to 3 million Israelis are taking cover in bomb shelters. Elon Moreh, where a good friend of mine works, representing the Hesder Yeshiva there. El Faham, okay, this is now also the lower Galilee, which includes a lot of Arab villages. Okay, wait a minute, Jerusalem. So we may be hearing that. We may be hearing, I'm looking to see, nothing in my area. Palmachim, which is a lovely beach. To the west of us, Argaman, Gilgal, Neve. It's a lot. I'm not looking at the map, but a lot of Israel, not including us. Severe, Ber Yaakov, Modi'in, which is smack in the center. What they're going for is Israeli Israeli cities and towns. Yesterday we got a video from good friends whose sons, Latrun, central Israel, Arad. Now they're out going for the southern Israel. That's interesting. So we would see rockets coming from this direction to go toward the Negev. Arad also means that they're aiming for Dimona, for our nuclear reactor as well. They do aim for military sites, but what we've seen in all of these alerts, there's a boom. Boom is an interception, we assume. There, whoa, okay. Hold on. Those clouds are not regular clouds. Those are interceptions. Oh, goodness gracious. Look overhead. I hope you can see this. Okay, the interceptions, the plume of smoke straight overhead. Now again, we have not had sirens here, otherwise I would not be out here filming. But shrapnel from those guys can continue all over this area. I hope you can see the plume of smoke. There were several booms of the explosion, the interception over here, up there, over here. Okay, there's another boom, boom. There's a more recent one, straight out. This barrage may be done for now. There's another boom somewhere in the distance. If I were to go to the roof of my building, you would see a lot more. Thank you to my neighbors for letting me use their part of our balcony. Jerusalem there in the distance. They've tried to, theoretically, it seems that they've been trying to avoid Jerusalem, perhaps because there are a lot of Arabs who live there, but also because of not just mass casualties they don't care about, but you can't see it today because it's so hazy, but just beyond where my finger is, you can see about 15 kilometers away, you can see the Golden Dome on the Temple Mount. And God forbid they should hit their Golden Dome or their Al-Aqsa Mosque. Anyhow, that's what we are living with here. I'm glad I could show this to you. Now, there's more booms in the distance, so that I don't see any more detections of air raid sirens at the moment. Today, Tuesday the 17th, I'm doing a live webinar at 5 p.m., which will be which will be recorded. More booms. A lot more booms. A lot of booms. There's so many, it sounds like a drum roll. More. More, big one, somewhere over there. What's strange is you get to hear and become used to this and kind of identify where the booms are coming from. Excuse me, my hand is getting heavy. If anyone wants to help me invest in a selfie stick that'll make this job easier. Yeah, we're not done by far. I don't see where those interceptions are, but you can hear them. In any event, today, 5 p.m. Israel time, I'm doing a important webinar. If you'd like to connect, connect through our website, genesis123.co, and send an email, and I can send you the link. Or Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday night Israel time, Wednesday day, Thursday day, and Saturday evening Israel time. I'm doing my own personal briefings, which are going to be very insightful, and also by webinars, and I invite you to join. Also connect. If you're not already on our email list, then you should be. And the best way to do that is to connect through genesis123.co, and I'll be glad to keep you up to date and invite you to programs like this. It's important to report what's going on. It's important to report the truth, and it's important to report personal perspectives of what's going on here. So anyway, thank you for following. This was much longer than I anticipated. I'm glad I did not have to go to the bomb shelter. I'm glad that my daughter and son-in-law and their 4 children did not have to run to the bomb shelter today, because all the kids in Israel are home from school, and that's very stressful for parents of little kids like my daughter and son-in-law who have 4 little children under 7, to scoop them up multiple times a day and have to bring them to the bomb shelter or put them all to sleep in the bomb shelter. So when it happens at night, as it did again last night, we're not picking up our kids and rushing with them to the bomb shelter. It's all disturbing enough, and we try to keep things normal here. Normal. Anyway, thank you. God bless.